What is up, guys? Today we're going to be going through the ultimate fat loss framework that I followed to get from this fat chud right here. Okay, see this chud maxed fatty to lean with six-pack abs, and then once I used PEDs as well, we were able to even further enhance the transformation into this shit right here, where you have even more muscle and you stay lean. Okay, so basically I'm going to be talking about the strategy and system that I used personally and also my clients used to fucking get shredded. A lot of you guys are, fat, overweight, and you wonder why no women like you. You wonder why you're not feeling confident in yourself. Maybe you should fucking upgrade your physique and do what is required. Like, let's be real, the modern dating space is highly competitive. You're competing with 6'2" white guys that don't even have to train and look better than you. Okay, so if you're a short Asian guy, Indian, even white, you're under 6 foot, and you know that this shit is competitive, the bare minimum thing that you need to do is you need to get lean and you need to build an aesthetic, muscular physique. Whether you do it naturally or you utilize PEDs, that is up to you to how far you want to push your limits. And my personal philosophy has always been you need PEDs as a guy that doesn't have the best genetics. And the reason why I believe this so strongly is because the repercussions with PED use, steroids, peptides, is actually very low. If you actually utilize these things properly and you don't abuse things, what the fuck is going to happen to you? Okay? Sure, there are side effects, hair loss, gyno, but a lot of those things can be controlled and minimized greatly. Okay? The issue is that you follow TikTok advice on how to use steroids and wonder why your chest is blown up with acne and you fucking feel like shit. Alright? So there's a way to do these things. Well, let's talk about the fat loss. Okay, so you can see here, right? Fat, fucking depressed, gut sticking out, fucking eye bags, bad digestion, just a shit quality of life. You don't want to be here. In 90 days, you can get to here, okay? If you have the right system in place. And if you use PEDs, you can get more like this, right? More female attention. You get better life quality, okay? Steroids give you better life quality. Let's talk about the mistakes that I see a lot of guys making when it comes to fat loss. First, motherfuckers be slashing their calories way too aggressively. Okay, if you're really obese, you can do aggressive cuts. But if you already have a bit of muscle and you do aggressive cuts, you are putting yourself more at risk for losing your muscle. And it doesn't matter how lean you get. If you lose the muscle, you lose the shape and you lose the aesthetics of the physique that you want to get. So you can't slash your calories too aggressively. You want something more sustainable so you can still train, still perform, whilst keeping your muscles and losing fat. Next is doing too much high intensity cardio or moderate intensity cardio. Things like jogging. Don't fucking jog. Don't fucking do running. It's hard on your joints. It's fatigue maxing. And then you wonder why you can't fucking do a proper leg day because you fucking went jogging, dude. The only fat loss tool, which we'll get into, is steps. Okay, you want to do low intensity. We'll get into that though. Next is training like you do in your off seasons or your growth phases. I'm not saying to slash your volume to fucking nothing, but you have to understand that when you're in a fat loss phase, especially deeper you go, you only have so much energy and so much capital when it comes to exertion in the gym. And so you need to be very productive and surgical, getting quality stimulus and then getting the fuck out that gym. If you keep pushing yourself, you're not going to gain muscle in a fat loss phase, dude. You're just not. A fat loss phase is for fat loss, and the best case scenario is keeping the tissue you already have, okay? Next is abusing things like retatrutide. Oh, the number of boys that I see, they think that this magic peptide is going to make them lean. You might lose weight, but I bet you're going to lose fucking muscle because you probably don't have the system in place or the fucking discipline in place to actually put the work in. You think that starve maxing is going to get you the results. You'll lose weight, starve maxing, but you also lose your muscle, okay? This is why you can't rely on PEDs as a crutch. The way I do things, I don't use PEDs as a crutch. It's purely an enhancement to get you the best results with consideration that you have your foundations in check, okay? Your training, your nutrition, your recovery, everything is dialed, your health, okay? These are priorities. Next is not tracking accurately. Are you actually fucking tracking your macros and your calories properly, or are you guessing? Using fucking AI photo summaries or like you're typing AI to summarize. Like, no, dude, just get a scale and fucking weigh your food. You're an adult, you can weigh your food and you can track accurately, okay? Fat loss is an exact science. It's completely objective. It's energy in, energy out. If you're not losing weight, then you're probably mistracking and you need to fucking get on top of that. Next is listening to the BS fad diets and don't eat after 6 p.m. and don't eat carbs. All of that is all bullshit, okay? At the end of the day, fat loss is energy in, energy out. You want to set your macros at a certain amount, which we'll get into, and that's it, okay? There's no specific fucking diet that you need to do. The diet is simple. It's whole foods. You have mixed vegetables, mixed fruits, and a lean meat of choice, healthy carbs. Like, that's it. Don't fall for the fucking marketing of bullshit, all right? If that shit worked, then bodybuilders would be doing that. Look at bodybuilders and what they do when they diet for preps. Okay, these guys are professional fat loss maxers. They know what they're doing. So what's the actual framework? First, you need to find your TDEE, your total daily energy expenditure. Okay, you can use a calculator like this. It is free online. You just type in your weight, your height, blah, blah, blah. For the activity, you want to typically select one below what you actually are. I find that's more accurate. So if you do train 5 times a week, you want to do the option below that. So in this case here, it's like light exercise 1 to 3 times a week. I just find that's way more accurate from what I see myself and my clients. And then it'll give you a sort of estimated maintenance calories. This is a ballpark maintenance. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because after 1 week, you'll find out what your maintenance is. So let's say this is the estimated maintenance. You're going to eat at this for a week and you're going to measure your weight. Did it stay the same? Okay, you found your fucking maintenance. Did you lose weight? Okay, maybe it was actually a bit higher. And if you gain weight, then it is well above your maintenance. Okay, so you basically pick a calorie estimate and just fucking stay accurate with the tracking. Eat that for a week. The scale does not lie. Track your weight every day. Take the weekly average, and you will find your maintenance calories. That's step 1. Now that you found your maintenance, all you need to do is reduce your calories by 400 to 500, okay? And then as you go deeper, you can decrease it like by 200, 300. And then have a minimum baseline of energy expenditure. So in this case, you want to get 10,000 steps a day. This is a bare minimum. It's very easy to do. You just walk around, parts of your day where you're going to work, going upstairs, just get your 10,000 steps in, track it with your phone. There's apps for it, or a Fitbit, whatever, all the same. And this will allow you to not really accumulate too much fatigue, but increase your amount of calories that you're expending, and it's going to help accelerate that fat loss. Now, the observed rate of fat loss should be around 0.5 kilo to 1 kilo a week, depending on how aggressive you go. If you go more than this, you're probably going to lose muscle, and if you go under this, at least at the start, it might be a bit too slow. So typically how I would run things is you can lose fat faster at the start when you have a lot of excess body fat, you finish an off season or a growth phase. And then as you get leaner and leaner, you want to go more slowly, and it'll happen naturally like this because your energy expenditure or your metabolism will adjust to the new sort of calorie environment you've given it, and then it will be slower to lose weight. And then by then, when things have completely plateaued, you can either increase your steps or reduce calories further. Typically, you want to bump up your steps, say by 2.5K, so 2,500 each time you plateau, and you can max out about 20K steps. Any more than that is a bit much. That's when we would start incorporating cardio. But for purely from a fat loss standpoint, for lifestyle guys that aren't competing on stage, you can get to where you want with just 10,000 steps. Okay, you don't need to do all the cardio that the bodybuilders are doing. The reason why they do it is because they're getting to like 5% body fat, and your bitch ass is not getting that. Okay, you just want to look good for the beach, look good for the girls, for the huzz, and feel confident in yourself. You're not competing on stage. That's a different video. Okay. So you either reduce the calories or you increase the steps, and you can do cardio. I'm not saying you can't, but if you're gonna do it, I would do something like a zone 2 bike, because it's healthy anyways. It's still low intensity, and you can just do 2 to 3 sessions a week, 30 minutes on the bike. Anything that you can stay consistent with will help you reduce your calorie expenditure, increase your calorie expenditure, and thus you lose more weight. All right, so next, this is a question I get asked a lot. All right, How do you actually maintain muscle mass whilst losing fat? You know, if you've ever cut before and you realize that, holy shit, I've lost all my muscle. This happens to a lot of guys that don't have the right systems in place. The answer is relatively simple. You need to focus on keeping the weight or your strength the same. So don't fucking go light and start toning the muscle. If you were doing 40 kg incline pressing with the dumbbells, you want to keep it ideally at 40 kg throughout the entire cut. Will it lower in strength? Sure, maybe at the end, but it should only lower a tiny fucking bit, right? Or maybe your reps lower and you keep the same weight. That's actually the most ideal. So you want to keep the load the same. Load and strength is what keeps the muscle from deteriorating. And also keep your execution strong. All right? Don't start doing shitty form and doing pump work. Train as if you were training to grow. We just control the volume that we're doing, so the number of sets to manage fatigue. And so on that point of volume does nothing and should only be used in an off-season setting when it comes to growing. When it comes to cutting, you just want quality stimulus, short and sweet, and then you want to wrap it up there. You don't want to keep pushing volume more and more because your body's not even in a primed growth state. The best thing you can do, manage fatigue, manage cortisol, get the fucking hard sets done, 2 sets per fucking exercise roughly, and then you're good, okay? A niche condition for skinny fat guys, you need to build muscle first, okay? You need to eat at maintenance or even just lose the fat as much as you can and then eat at maintenance and just fucking train for like 6 to 12 months. Because if you have no muscle, you have no metabolism, it's just going to be fucking shit show, okay? Don't try and bulk if you're skinny fat. Now, last but not least, let's talk about the juicy stuff, okay? This is what you guys want because you guys think that PEDs are the cheat code. Here are the PD selections that you should be making. So injectable L-carnitine. This one is fucking goated. It's amazing. You can pin this every day. It's fucking goated, okay? Next is cardarine. Cardarine is good. It's basically biases your body to burn more fat instead of carbs. This is going to help you get lean for sure. Next is clenbuterol. You want to implement this in the last sort of quarter or half of your cut. So if it's a 24-week cut, then you want to start implementing this probably 12 weeks out, because you don't want to just throw everything at the fucking fan. You know, you don't want to throw shit at the fan and hope it sticks. You need to lose weight progressively, and when things stall out, then you pull out another tool from your arsenal and then implement that. Okay, if you just use every tool you ever known, you use all the steroids, the fat burners, then you plateau, you have nothing left to use. You have no wild cards to use. So please be mindful when you're using these PEDs to only use it when you need to. All you guys can get to where you want, even without the drugs, just naturally, okay? So you should not be using these as a crutch. You should be using these as a boost when the time is right. And having a coach to guide you when to do that, when to pull the trigger, is absolutely critical. So you don't lose your muscle, you don't waste time fucking doing endless cuts and losing all your fucking gains just to end up as a shit show, okay? Next, the retatrutide. We all know this. These are so popular. I don't like to abuse these. You should only use this if you're really struggling with the hunger part. Me personally, I don't really struggle with the hunger. Like, I can deal with it. It's not that deep. But for the guys that have really large appetites, a small dose can go a long way just to curb those cravings and sort of reduce your dopamine craving to eat fucking highly processed food, okay? And it also has some fat burning side effects as well. These are some of my client results. As you can see here, whether you're starting off a fat chart and you want to get jacked, like these guys, Freddie and Kalen, or you just want to get lean, like my boy Jazz here, lost close to 20 kilos in just 12 weeks. Okay, so if you do this right, you can lose weight fast. And then also for my Asian boys that want to take the roids, just the results speak for itself. This is my boy Nathan, 24 weeks, and you can look like you lift, okay? Yes, these guys are enhanced. These 3 are enhanced. This guy's natural. That's why he's not as jacked as the other 3. But I do train people that are natural or that want to take the enhancement side of things. It's a personal choice. I don't force anyone to take steroids. You can do it if you want to. I simply educate you on the risks and how to do things properly. So if you want to skip the guesswork and you want to implement the right system to get you real results, unlike these other coaches that try to lie to you and tell you don't need PEDs and all this shit, I cut all the bullshit. I say, what are your goals? And based on that, we'll do whatever it takes to get to those goals, okay? Other coaches You would just tell them, I want this goal, and they won't tell you really what it takes. Okay, so if you want to look like your favorite fitness influencers, guess what? They're all on PEDs. You think you're going to get there naturally with your shit genetics? I don't think so. Okay, so if this interests you, I have a Calendly link in the description below. You can book a call with me, one-on-one strategy call, and we can basically suss out what your exact problems are, what your goals are, where you want to go, and how I maybe potentially be able to help you and see if you're right fit for the program. So without further ado, get shredded, boys. I believe in you guys. Work hard, stay consistent, stay disciplined. Don't be a fat chard. Raise your standards. Don't be fucking average like all these other fucking faggots, all right? Lock in. Peace out, guys.